Hello kids, welcome to today's class. Today, we will be looking at Hello World. In this class today, we will be learning our skills building lesson. We'll be able to create and animate sprite and make them interactive using events. So our purpose for this lesson is intended to prepare you to create simple programming projects in Sprite Lab. Our objective is that we'll be able to create an interactive animation using sprite and events, and also to create new sprites and design them, costumes, and also give them location. Now, let's look at an overview of today's lesson.
Hi, my name is Erin and I'm a software engineer here at code.org. I'm so excited because I got to work on the tutorial that you're about to do. We call it Hello World. Hello World is a famous phrase in computer science, and displaying that phrase is a common first step in learning computer science. Over the next hour, you're going to get started with computer science by programming in Sprite Lab. Sprite Lab is a tool you can use to build imaginative and fun projects. You'll see that your screen is split into three main parts. On the left is the play space. This is where your sprites will show up. Sprites are objects on the screen that you can interact with, like a character or item in a story or game. This middle area is the toolbox. New blocks of code will become available in this space as you go through the lesson. The space on the right is the workspace. You can drag blocks out of the toolbox and into the workspace to build your program. The instructions for each level will be up here at the top of the screen. If you want a hint, click on the light bulb. To start off, let's make a sprite. This block lets you give your sprite a costume and a location. Costume is the word we use to describe a sprite's appearance. To change the sprite's location, you can click the pin icon in the location block. And then, click where you want it to go. Now, let's have the sprite introduce itself. To make the sprite say something, use this say block and add it to your program. Make sure that the costume selected in your say block matches the costume in your sprite. When you press run, the sprite will say whatever text you tell it to. Now it's time to get started with Sprite Lab and see where your imagination leads you. Now that you've learned how to use Sprite Lab, you're going to want to make your program react when someone plays with it. To do that, you're going to use events. An event tells your program to listen for something to happen and then react right away. Some examples of events are listening for a mouse click, an arrow button press, or a tap on the screen. Blocks like when clicked are called event blocks. The code connected to an event block runs when the appropriate action is detected. For example, if I attach this say block to the when clicked event, my sprite will say something when the user clicks or taps on it. Notice that event blocks don't snap into your main program. Instead, they create little programs of their own. If you have multiple sprites, you can use additional events to tell an interactive story.
Hello, pizza.
Avocado, my friend.
You'll soon be learning how to do even more in Sprite Lab, including changing the size or appearance of a sprite, setting different backgrounds, playing sounds, and more. What do you want your sprites to do when someone interacts with them? It's up to you. Congratulations! You've just learned the basics of computer science. Now you can use Sprite Lab to create whatever you want. You'll see a button that says Costumes. When you click on it, you can choose new Sprite costumes from a library. You can also draw your own. Once you have a costume you like, go back to your code. Now, select that costume for your sprite. If you look in the toolbox, you'll find some brand new blocks that you haven't seen before. For example, there are lots of behavior blocks that will allow you to get your sprite moving in fun and interesting ways. You can use the When Touches event block to control what happens when two sprites bump into each other. Look for the Create Effect block. This powerful block can be used to make a whole bunch of sprites that burst, or pop, or rain on command. Have a look around and try experimenting with these new blocks and features. At the end of the tutorial, click the Share button to share a link to your creation with your friends. You have all the powerful skills you need to start developing apps, games, and other new programs in Sprite Lab. Use your new powers for good. Be kind and respectful, just like you would if you were creating something on paper or talking with a friend. So, what will you create? You could tell a story about yourself, or make one up with your own special characters. Maybe you'll even use your new computer science skills for your next school project. Stretch your imagination and have fun.
Today, we'll be learning on some vocabularies for this class. We'll be looking at events. Event is not a field trip, a competition, or a birthday party. In computer science, event is seen as an action that causes something to happen. So, whenever you hear of events in computer science, you should know it's seen as an action that causes something to happen. Now, let's look at some series of events that causes or that creates an event. Like when you flip a switch, the light turns on. Another one is when you tap on a device, an app starts. When the alarm goes off, you get out of bed. So all these are series of events that causes something to happen. When mouse click, when sprite touch, at 3 seconds, what happened? All these are series of events that causes something to what happen. So like we said, event is seen as an action that causes something to happen. Now let's look at code. A code means a set of instructions that the computer can understand. Code is a set of instructions that the computer can understand. So let's get over to the Code Studio and work on our event. Okay, this is the Code Studio, which is Hello World. And like we all know before, we have 4 different areas in the Code Studio: the play area, the workspace area, the toolbox area, and the instruction area. Now, before we begin, we should always learn to read the instruction before any puzzle, before we are able to do any puzzle. Say, hello world, I'm a sprite. Use the say block to make me say whatever you like. Drag the make a new sprite block just as we're dragging it now. We said it before that the make a new sprite block has a consume and a location. Then we should connect it to the when run, and also we should put the say block And if you notice here, it says hello world. So when we click on run, we'll see what will happen. So as I've clicked on run now, before I click on run, I must make sure I change my say block to the sprite that is in the make a new sprite block. So can you see it says hello world? So let's go to the next puzzle. So now we'll go to puzzle 2. This one says give each sprite a different location. So we are going to be using the location block at the side of the make a new sprite block. Say click the pin on the location block. So when I click the pin, I'm able to control my sprite just as I'm doing now. I've given them two different locations. I can control the second one. Then I'll click on run. So you see the two of them are in two different locations. Ta-da! You see, congratulations. That's all for this one. So we'll go to level 4. And this one says, let's chat. Make your two sprites each to say something. So what are we going to do? We're going to be carrying the say block to the two different make a new sprite block. First of all, we are adding code to each of them, and then we'll press run when we are done. So what will happen, I will carry my say block and I will attach it to the two different, you see the one I'm separating it now. Yes. And even when I even finish putting the say block, I will make sure that the both sprites in the make a new sprite block and the save block they tally. So you see, I'm putting them together now, which is carrot and tree. Okay, then I will make them say different things. So I will say hi. If this one say hello carrot, this one will say hi. So I'll click on run. So let's see. If I click on run now, you see, hello carrot, hi. So that is for that, making them to say something. So this is how we come to the end of today's class. I hope you had fun. Make sure you do your quiz and your assignments, and also note that ICT is for